Hey, how's it going? Eighth month, which is really weird to say. But yeah, eighth month, covering the month of March. It's just kind of strange now. The time is kind of really picking up. So March had a bunch of activities in it. I ended up finishing all of my core classes, so all the classes that we're required to take in the MEM this past weekend. So that means from here on out, it is going to be the electives that I chose, which are Pathways to Startup Success, Leadership, or Leading Teams and Organizations, and then Machine Learning for Business. And then the gift I have, so going to Beijing, and then the kind of consulting project we have called London Lab, and that's it. So it's going to be very strange because not this week, but the week after and the week after that, I have a block week classes. So that means for the entire week I'm in class, and it's just super strange. It's different. So I've moved past kind of the core classes part. So the term 1 and term 2 are now completely behind me. But in March itself, so I had my birthday in March 3rd, and ended up having some people, and we went to a bar that was it's called Flight Deck. It's a kind of a darts bar. We went with the Tech and Media Club, and I really liked it. I decided, I'm gonna rent one out and invite some people. And so I wanted to kind of do a bigger one, but then I realized it was going to cost me a ton of money. Original plan was going to Topgolf, and doing that would have literally costed me about 200 something pounds. And I was like, well, I don't want to spend that. So the Flight Deck cost me 20 pounds for 20 people. So that was very affordable for about 2 hours. So we did that. It was a ton of fun, just kind of having people around me that are my friends, and then they all gave me gifts, which I didn't ask for. Not to be I wasn't grateful, but I just was super surprised because I wasn't expecting anything, and it was super nice, and I felt super super loved as a friend, and it was awesome. One of the gifts they gave me was Super Smash Brothers. They pitched in and got it for me, and so I ended up going home and played it till 3:30 in the morning. But it was a really good birthday. I really realized how great of friends I've made in the months that I've been here. And so kind of later in that week, I ended up having a tattoo, LBS Tattoo, which is the largest event that LBS puts on. It was for 1,150 people. So it's this giant culture festival where everyone kind of brings in the different parts of their culture. So food, we got performances, bands, light show. It's just a ton of fun stuff. And so I ended up being chosen to be one of the MCs. So it was actually me and one of my roommates and another guy from the MEM, and then some people from the MBA and the EMBA that were chosen. So 8 of us total, I believe. And so I was throughout the night on stage, kind of introducing acts, doing something very similar to what I did in college for Bucks. But it was just super funny, kind of doing that throughout the night. And then everyone went to a club afterwards. I think it was the second time I've been to a club in London, because the first time was with an LBS event, and now this one is the other time with an LBS event. But it was a fun night. Being able to kind of do another MC thing was a lot of fun. Then later in the month, obviously I did GDC. So I traveled to San Francisco and did that for the week. And so basically the week was basically made up of me going to work for a couple days and meeting my entire team, which I really enjoyed meeting. The people are awesome. Talking to my boss and meeting him, just kind of getting new projects to do and new things to do in general. I really truly enjoyed going to meet everyone at the main office. And then I went to GDC, which was, you'd walk around and you see people from all these amazing studios. I saw Phil Spencer, which is the guy that's the head of Xbox and the whole Microsoft gaming section, which is insane. And then I saw Freddie Wong, the YouTuber. Like insane, just kind of different people I met. Or not met, but saw. I didn't really want to say hi because I didn't really know them that well. That'd been kind of weird. But meeting people that I knew that were in town. Like I went to Twitch HQ, talked to one of the guys I know there, and we're just talking about a kind of new project that we could do. And then like Google, but different like meetings and events. I talked to some of my just different friends in the gaming industry. I went to some talks. Like one of the talks I went to is from Tencent, which is like this giant Chinese gaming company and other holding company. It's just like a giant Chinese company, and it was a terrible presentation, but they had some incredibly cool tech that they were talking about. So I learned a lot from that and from the other talks I went to, and I just was able to walk around and kind of just see what's kind of new in the industry, and that was really interesting. Including the new Google game streaming service, which I thought was very interesting. But for some reason, I still can't get over this. They were showing off this new streaming platform that can work with any controller, but they decided to play test it and show it off with Logitech third-party wired controllers. I still don't get that. I thought that was just so weird. I would have hoped that the tech would have been there by now to at least use a regular controller, but they weren't, so I thought that was stupid. And then, so that was great. I had a really successful weekend, or successful week, where I could show my work that I've been doing, talk to people about it and what kind of the future of my work will look like. So I also stayed with one of my friends from kindergarten when I was in San Francisco. A ton of fun just catching up with him and spending time with him. He's there for a year, kind of in between his master's program for architecture, and so kind of getting to see San Francisco from his point of view, and then like seeing the building that he's going to completely renovate and like did the design work for was really cool. But just going to San Francisco back home, not home, but back to America was much needed. I think I've been really missing it. So it was just so nice to kind of be back in a familiar grounds and eating, food that I'm at least more familiar with and that I miss. So that was really a ton of fun. Then on the food topic, I actually tried something. So one of my friends brought me to an Indian restaurant, and we had like biryanis. I'll throw up a picture. One of these places, but it was delicious, and I've never had Indian food that good before in my life. So that was super cool to see. I'm gonna have to get this wherever I go again. But it was kind of another new experience that I haven't really had before, which I really liked. And then other than that, recently finishing classes and kind of doing all that, and how could I almost forget? So one of my favorite rappers in the entire world is Childish Gambino, and so he's currently on his last tour. And me and a friend, one of my friends from Texas who moved here, she and I went to a Childish Gambino concert, and it was super cool. It was just so cool because this is his last tour, and kind of like his last concert series, and so it was just. Awesome to kind of see him in concert before he won't really be touring again, kind of like in his prime, because I haven't really been able to do that with a ton of other artists. Plus, I'm not really a big concert person, but it was an amazing concert. It was at the O2 in London, which was one of the most incredible venues. It's like a giant venue. Then on the outskirts of the venue, like in the building itself, is like all the biggest restaurants and chains in the UK, and then there's also a movie theater. It was just insane, but it is literally located in the middle of nowhere. The only way to get back basically is the tube, which goes underneath, or a bus that goes underneath, but you can literally not walk back. You have to go along the Thames south to get back to the north. You can't walk underneath the Thames in a tunnel. You have to be in a tube or in the bus. So that part sucked because we were trying to figure out how to leave because there was about 20,000 people trying to get through to the tube. So we kind of waited out for a while and decided to go through the tube, and ended up being a lot easier when we did that. But great night, a little bit short. It was like an hour and 15-minute concert, which apparently isn't that long, which I don't have enough experience with concerts to really know. But it was so cool. So March was a pretty good month. Successful for, extracurricular wise, successful for like personal, like music life, is successful for career. Good month overall. And so next month, April, is going to be a bit of work when it comes down to the block weeks, because I really think I can't really do anything else those 2 weeks. But the good news is that I've signed up for the Knights of the Gathering Grand Prix, or Magic Fest, here in London. So it'll be the first time I'll be at one in like a year. It's a limited tournament, so you open up 6 packs and make a deck out of those 6 packs. Then you face other people. So I will probably be doing some practice and preparing for that. Just super excited to play Magic again. It's been forever. And this is something I would like to try to do more competitively moving forward. It's something that I want to spend some time on, because I want to see if I can truly be competitive at this game. So I don't know if it's going to take the commitment level that I put into tennis, but I want to at least try to see the lengths that I can go to now that I'll have steady job and it's kind of a more consistent free time schedule. And then also, fun fact, which I think no one else cares about, but Magic cards are like 40 to 50% off their American prices. Like a $15 card going for $5, which is more than 50%. But in other cards going for $10 or $20 cheaper than they do in America. So I think I'm going to be spending a lot of money over here on these cards, because basically the price they're at would be the price as if right after they just got reprinted, or probably below that price too. So basically I'm buying it at the cheapest they'll probably be in the future, unless I am over here again when they get reprinted, which I don't think is going to happen. So I'm going to be spending a lot of money over here, and then that's not even including the Japan trip. So saving money in places that I can, like food and going out, but then spending it in other places and kind of making up the difference. But yeah, that's kind of all I have been thinking about. What I've been up to. There is I can't really think of anything else to talk about. I'm still applying for jobs, seeing where this job with Niantic goes. Just seeing in general. I'm a lot less worried than what I used to be, because I've had some positive feedback from different companies I've applied to. So it's making me a lot more confident, and it just remembering the fact that literally once you break into the gaming industry, it becomes a lot easier to move forward after that point. Is the hardest part is trying to break into it. So I super thankful for the job role that I have and the company that I work at, because now it's opening up a lot more doors, especially London Business School as well. The companies that do know it. So that's all I can really ask for. But yeah, definitely go back to the States after I graduate. I just don't know where yet. So yeah, I guess I will see y'all in the 9th month update. All right, bye.